In episode 9 of I Know a Guy, I sit down with Kevin Watson Jr., Gastonia's number 3 hitter. Watson Jr. talks about his everyday routine, which includes managing the moment. Our guest today is from Beaverton, Oregon, drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks out of high school in 2017, currently the Gastonia number 3 hitter. I Know a Guy, and his name is Kevin Watson Jr. Kevin, how's it going?
I'm doing good, Noah. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, Kevin, this season you're hitting .290, OPS over 800. You have a .393 on-base percentage, second highest on the teams. 20 stolen bases, second highest on the team as well. How's the season going for you?
It's going good. We're just, like I said, controlling the controllables and being there for the team any way I can contribute to the team, and that's really all it comes down to. So,
anything you've been preparing at the plate, whether it's batting practice or whatnot?
mainly just like the mental game and honing my routine every day in the cage, whether it's flips, Chucky's, throw me BP. That guy if I'm ever in the home run derby, he's gonna be throwing me BP.
You're not the first person to compliment Chuck Stewart in his batting practice. What is so special about his BP?
He's just, the guy's arm is made of rubber, and he can throw all day long. He's got his facility back home, and it's like target practice. He just hits it right where you want it.
63 years old too.
I know, it's very impressive.
So, Kevin, you were the walk-off hero on Thursday, third walk-off in a row for the team against High Point. Take us through that moment for you. You hit an opposite field, single to left center field, and you were talking about it before you got jammed on that pitch.
Yeah, I was basically in that at-bat. I was just thinking in my head, just see the ball, hit the ball, control the controllables, like I say, and stay within myself, take my breaths and just stay relaxed and just be ready when he throws it in the zone. And he threw me a heater, and I was choking up and shortened up and just put it in play, and it managed to find the hole.
How electrifying was that series? Not just that night, but that entire series, Tuesday through Thursday, all wins, all walk-off victories against the rival High Point Rockers.
That felt good because, High Point, they're the second-best team in the league. They're a good team. So it felt good to sweep them. So, and I know my buddy Grot John on that team, I played with him with the D-backs, so it was good to see him too and see some familiar faces. But yeah, it was good to sweep them.
I love how you say the second-best team in the league. Is that confidence instilled in everybody in that clubhouse in terms of Gastonia being the best in the ALPB?
Absolutely. Every guy in this clubhouse, we all know what we have to do when we show up. We know our roles, and we just do our thing. Each guy's been playing the game for a long time, and like I said, each guy knows what they have to do, and they show up every day, and we put the team before us, and good things happen.
On Baseball Reference, you're listed as Kevin Watson. But you told me about a couple weeks into the season you want to go by Kevin Watson Jr. That's how you went by in the minor leagues, and that's how you go by now in the 2024 season. Why do you keep the junior? Is it because of your dad, the fact that he played in the minor leagues? Why do you want to keep that junior at the end of your name?
I would say, I've always felt good having the junior, at the end of my name. And growing up as a kid, my nickname was always KJ, Kevin Jr. My family, that's what they call me, and my buddies back home, they always call me KJ. And so it's just that's just me. My dad's Kevin Watson, I'm Kevin Watson Jr., and I'm paving the way. So
does anybody call you KJ right now?
No, it's
just
Waddy.
Just Waddy, right?
Yeah, I'm known as Waddy on this team. So
what is it, the fact that baseball players, I feel like in particular, it's just their last name ending in E at the end, and just that's the player's nickname? I
think that's just the nature of the game, and the way that the flow of the game. One of our boys is up there hitting at the plate, it just flows off the tongue easier. That's just my dad told me, when he played, he was known as Waddy too. The guys called him Waddy. So that's just kind of funny how it is. That's just the way it is in baseball, I guess.
So Kevin Watson Sr., your dad, was a former minor league outfielder in the San Francisco Giants organization from 94 to 96. What kind of impact did he have on you becoming a pro baseball player?
Well, growing up as a kid, he was a good role model to me. And so as a little boy, I always looked up to him. I saw his baseball cards, saw photos of him playing in pro ball. I have videos of him getting base hits in big league spring training games, and so that was always super cool to see as a kid. And so I looked up to him a lot, and I was just grateful to have him in my corner, and along with another guy, Brady Clark, who's another one of like my mentors, and he played in the big leagues for a while as well. So I've been fortunate to have guys in my corner to kind of help my wisdom in baseball, keep my head on the tracks, and just keep me on straight. So I've always looked up to my dad and been very grateful for that.
Is he a big reason you decided to forego college and get drafted out of high school?
Well, I would say, I mean, that was more myself. I've always been one that's like, I've loved the grind of baseball. You know, I love showing up every day, going to work, and working on my craft. You know, hitting is an art, and I've always really enjoyed just working on it, and I've studied it for years, and I love looking at like the best hitters in the game and seeing, okay, well, why is he such a great hitter? And I look at it and I study it, and it just fascinates me. And not only that, I've gotten into the mental game over the last 2 years, and that's really fascinated me as well. Like, how can these guys perform and stay focused in such a noisy environment, you know? So that's amazed me too. And yeah, I just really enjoy just coming to work and working on the craft.
Is there any particular hitter that you've focused on, like studied their game?
There's a lot. I like Corey Seager. Corey Seager stands out to me a lot. Juan Soto, you know, I mean, those guys, I mean, I don't mean to get too into it, but, you know, their lower half's so good, and I just study how they move their body and their swing, and just how cool, calm, and collected they are. Mookie Betts, he's just dangerous, you know. Freddie Freeman, those guys, their demeanor, just the way their presence, you know, that stands out to me, you know. So, yeah, I just like watching the best hitters in the world. Bryce Harper, another good example.
Kevin, you're from Oregon, got drafted by the Diamondbacks, played in the minor leagues in California, so that's all on the West Coast, now playing in Gastonia on the East Coast. Any difference that you've seen between the play styles in baseball between the West Coast and East Coast?
I would say California, the climate is a lot. Both areas are very hot, but California is drier. It's dry heat, and then over here it's more humidity. But the play styles, I would say, they're pretty similar. Like, I mean, here we have a lot of veteran pitchers, guys that have pitched for a while, you know, guys that can spin the ball pretty good. You know, over there in the California League, you got some more younger guys that they can throw hard. Some of them haven't really, you know, their command maybe isn't as consistent. But I would say, you know, it's both baseball, and it's challenging. It's high-level baseball, and it's cool to experience what things are like on the East Coast. I've never been over here before, never been on the East Coast. First time over here this far east, and so that's been cool to take in and experience.
You study a lot of great Major League Baseball hitters, talking about Corey Seager, Mookie Betts, all those kind of players, Juan Soto. You're a very patient hitter. 2023, I have a .396 on-base percentage, currently .393. How do you work on plate discipline throughout your years in pro baseball?
I would say just staying true to a plan at the plate. I've learned that on the days where I perform the best at the plate, I have a plan and I commit to it for the whole day, and that's just one plan. And I take that approach into each at bat, and I commit to it, whether I get out, whether I succeed, get a hit, whatever, and I roll with that and I trust it. And that's what keeps me consistent. That's what keeps me right here. You know, I remember Jack Reinheimer, he's told me, you know, years ago, me and him crossed paths in the D-backs org back in 2018, and he told me to just stay right here. You know, keep your don't get too high on your highs and don't get too low on your lows, and you know, just stay right here. And you know, over the years, I've learned that to be true, and that's sticking to my approach. My plan is what's helped me do that.
Now, you're very patient. Also, you're a line drive hitter. I have a stat for you I think you're going to like. 30% of balls in play for you this year are line drives. League average is about 24%. And only 45% of balls hit on the ground. Now, for how often you hit line drives, that is very low. You like that stat?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just think I hit the ball hard forward, and whatever happens after that is out of my control.
You've sprayed line drives to left center, center field, right center, right field. You've used the entire field this season. Do you practice that in batting practice?
Yeah, mainly in batting practice. Honestly, that part kind of just takes care of itself when I stay true to my approach, which is just see ball, hit a line drive up the middle. You know, some days it's up the middle, other days it's right in that 6 hole. And yeah, that, like I said, you hit the ball where it's pitched, and when you're on time with the pitcher, spraying the field, that stuff takes care of itself. So
now, in terms of defense this season, you've only played 16 games at first base through your 6-year minor league career. This season, you've played at first base 24 times. So is it difficult to play first base more than you have in the past?
I would say this year I've really learned to play first base a lot this year. I've had guys on the team like Justin Wiley, Braxton Davidson, and our Mark Flores. He just showed up. Those guys, all infielders, Braxton and Mark, primary first base guys. I've learned a lot how to play that position from those guys. Jake Gatewood, Jack. All the infielders have helped me just learn how to play that position good and consistently. And so these opportunities that I'm having at first base have allowed me to really get better at that position. And so I've been able to be a lot more comfortable over there now compared to the other years, like, last year, the year before. So
how hard is it to play first? Some people might think it's easy, you just catch the ball, but how hard in terms of footwork is it to play first base?
I would say at first when I was just learning it, I felt a little naked over there, but when you anticipate the ball being hit to you every pitch, that helps you mentally just stay in it every pitch, and you anticipate the ball being hit to you every time, and that mentality, the mentality of like hit it to me every pitch, has helped me be ready for any ball that's hit my way. So yeah, and like the routine and my footwork, that stuff takes care of itself, being relaxed. And so, yeah.
One time I saw you taking practice swings alone by home plate without a bat. Is that a routine you do before each game? How often do you do that?
Probably every, maybe once or twice a week, a few times a week, or whenever I feel I need to kind of hone in my mental approach. And when I do that, I just visualize. I visualize the pitcher I'm about to face. And I just see the ball coming into the zone in my head, and that's kind of what I do when I'm out there taking dry hacks.
Is this something you've always done? When did you come up with that?
I started doing that when I started getting into the mental game about a year or two ago, and that has really helped me, like I said, hone my approach and be consistent at the plate.
I was wondering if you got it from someone else, because I don't think I've ever, last year, I don't think I saw anyone do that, and I don't know if I've heard anyone doing that. I found it really, really cool and interesting.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, shout out Harvey Dorfman, Ken Ravizza, Tom Hansen. Those guys have really, their knowledge has helped me really develop.
You always look like you're enjoying yourself. Always look like you're having a blast. Always a huge smile on your face. I talked about this with Eric De La Rosa on the podcast. Does having fun lead to winning, or does winning lead to having fun?
Having fun leads to winning, for sure. And I've learned that when you have fun out there, you're looser. You play free. I'm sure De La Rosa has talked to you about playing free. Yeah, when you have fun, that leads to winning. And I've been very fortunate and grateful to be put on a team where our clubhouse is filled with guys that are here to have fun and keep it loose around the clubhouse, and we're here to win. That's our goal here. We want to win. And, I just love being a part of a team that has that mentality, and that's contagious, Having that energy it feeds off to other guys, and then we start winning games, and that makes us dangerous.
He agreed. Eric agreed, by the way.
Yeah.
Fun leads to winning.
That's right.
You had a lot of fun in your 9 RBI game this season. I'll say that again. 9 RBIs in a single game. It was on May 15th against Charleston. So take me through that. When Like, how did the game go for you? And then after, did you realize you had 9 ribbies?
I would say, yeah, through that game, I just focused on just being loose. And like I said, I trusted the process, focused on the process. And I felt relaxed and calm in that game. And then after the game, Brady came over to me in the clubhouse. He's like, you just set a Atlantic League record, 9 RBIs in one game, like third all time in the history
most,
of the Atlantic League. And I was just like, damn, really? And, so that was kind of cool. So, yeah, I was just out there playing free, having fun, like we just said.
Having fun with, third most in league history, 9 RBIs. We have a segment called Cool Connections. Corbin Carroll follows you on Instagram. I'm sure you spent some time with him in the Diamondbacks organization. Is he the most famous person on your phone, or would it be someone else you think?
I mean, Corbin Carroll is obviously, he's a stud. Corbin Carroll, all glory to that guy. That guy's earned everything he has. Rookie of the Year, he's a stud. I remember crossing paths with him in the D-backs org during spring training one year. He's a super humble kid, very dedicated, got his head on straight. And, it was very impressive to see. Like, he was so young, but his mind, his mentality was so dialed at that age. So I took that with me, and I learned from that. And, Brandon Marsh, another guy who, spent an off-season with him, and me and him did a lot of work, and he's a great guy. I love that guy. Just awesome teammate. Met him, crossed paths with him in the Angels org when he was still with the Angels. And, so it's just cool to see those guys do their thing and have their success. And, wish them all the best.
So you'd say it's a tie between Carroll and Marsh?
Yeah, you could say that, probably.
Did you root for the Diamondbacks last year in the World Series throughout their postseason run?
I did, yeah. I was pulling for those guys because, I crossed paths with, Alec Thomas, Blaze Alexander, Geraldo Perdomo, Corbin Carroll. Those guys, were in the minor leagues when I was in the minor leagues with the D-backs. And those guys are all amazing dudes, great teammates. And so it was great to see those guys do their thing up there and have their success. It was cool to watch. So, I was pulling for them.
Kevin, you play guitar. So when did you first start taking guitar lessons? How long have you been doing it for?
Yeah, so my dad, I was fortunate to grow up with my dad, and he would play around the house, and so I was a little kid, a little 5-year-old, and my dad put a little mini Martin, like a little mini-sized guitar in my hands when I was 5, and so I learned the basic chords, G, C, and D, when I was a young kid, and kind of over the years I've just developed my skills from my pops. My pops is in a band now. He's lead singer, lead guitarist in Freewood. Shout out Freewood Band. I'm grateful to have a dad to look up to in that sense, and he's I've learned a lot from him on the guitar.
So you've gotten baseball from him, you've gotten guitar from him.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to go by Junior, right?
That's right. That's right.
You have a favorite song to play on the guitar?
I don't have a favorite song, but I really love playing like old country western songs, country music, folk songs. That's what I like to play on the guitar. Bob Dylan, I love Johnny Cash, the old guys, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings. Those guys were all influenced on me from my pops. And then, even the modern guys today, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen. So, love all those guys.
I should have asked you to bring the guitar and play something. Would have been cool.
Hey, maybe next time.
Next time. Good. If you could make one rule change in baseball, what would it be?
One rule change. I would say that's a tough one. Honestly, I don't think I would change anything. Baseball it's filled with adversity and ups and downs, and I think that's what makes it great. You get bad umpires, you get calls that don't go your way, you get lineouts that you hit right at guys, but it just trains you for the better. It helps you for when you're in real life, because life's hard, life's not easy, and so baseball, it prepares you for that, and I'm grateful to have been playing a game for so long that has been able to do that for me.
I mean, yeah, 393 is a phenomenal on-base percentage, but still it's less than 40% of the time getting on base, less than half.
Yeah. So it's just learning how to deal with failure and how to, like Jack told me right here, how to stay level-headed through all the ups and downs.
Baseball guy through and through.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So Gastonia, of course, they're having what-if takeover nights. What is your favorite team name so far out of the 5 that have been announced?
What do we got? The Gastronauts,
Bologna, Ghost Peppers, Galactic Dinos, and Zombies.
The Zombies. That one's funny.
Is that your favorite?
That one's pretty hilarious. I like the Ghost Peppers. I think the Ghost Peppers goes kind of hard.
Gastonia Ghost Peppers.
Yeah. I could frick with some Ghost Peppers.
Magic number is down to 7 for Gastonia, the team that may be called the Gastonia Ghost Peppers next year, if you have any say in it.
All right.
How's the clubhouse feeling? How's the clubhouse feeling going into this huge series once again against High Point, a team that you just swept?
I mean, like I said, the guys on our team, we're all cool, calm, and collected. We got some dangerous dudes on this team, and like I said, we know what we got to do every day. We show up, we do our job, and so I got faith in my team, and the Lord above, He's gonna take care of us, and we're gonna do some things this week.
What's the goal for you while you're here in Gastonia?
I would say just to enjoy myself, live to the fullest and put up the best year I can. I'd take that part back. Just be the best baseball player I can be, do the best I can with what's in my control, and then the rest is up to Him. So have fun.
Kevin, thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate it, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.